This is AC Starlord 29 and welcome to my channel. I know it's been a long time. This is Chucky episode 5 and the title of it is called hold on. Little Little Lies. Kind of reminds me of that one show Little Lies, but the title's called Little Lies and basically this follows right after the hospital episode, which was highly referenced from Halloween 2, just because, that's what John Mancini said. But this one has its own flair. Basically, Lexi's sister wakes up, wants Chucky, sees Chucky, doesn't want Chucky anymore, puts him down the chute, and he wakes up and he's in the chute and he screams a little bit and and he's like, goes into his dumpster with all these syringes and stuff like that, and apparently the syringes have some good medicine in it. So he says, you gotta love hospitals. Man, you gotta love hospitals. So basically, they take away from the element of the hospital, going to back to sort of a normal life where Lexi and Jake and Devin all form a pact to take care of Chucky. And well, that's what's going on with them. And then we go to a flashback scene with young Charles Lee Ray looking at this one young girl, ready to have more of a serious, more have a wild time, and he looks upon her with some other person that she was with, and he just want to have a wild time, and he goes up to her and says, "You weren't looking for a wild time. I can show you that." And basically, it was kind of weird because it wasn't the real actor who played Charles Way. He's dead, but his daughter played him as, his actual daughter played her father in the beginning half of this a flashback scene, and the other flashback scene later on in the episode. And it just had Chucky's voice, or it had his. I guess they had the actor's voice on a soundboard or something like that, but it was either the actual person who's playing Chucky right now, the voice actor who's playing Chucky, or they had a soundboard bite of how Charles Way was in the original franchise. But we do see his actual daughter play her character later on in this episode as well. But, so, everything in Lexi and Jake's and Devin's world, Lexi's parents are still treating her like crap because of what happened to her house. And the thing and her mom thinks that she can fix everything because she's the mayor of the town and blah, blah, blah. And then there's a straight Easter egg if you watch Child's Play 2, which I recently did on Halloween, just to refresh myself. And Lexi's dad gave Lexi's sister a new good guy doll, which is named Tommy. So if you've seen Child's Play or Child's Play 2, you will know that in Child's Play 2, Tommy gets adopted from this new family. He goes to this home. He goes to a foster home, and he goes to his new home where he meets his new family, which is awesome. And he knows that he has a sister now named Kyle, adopted sister named Kyle. And to make him feel good, the parents to make him feel good, they gave him to give him away from the drama times of Chucky, they give him another good guy doll named Tommy. And that's exactly what Lexi's dad did. And this episode gives her a new good guy doll named Tommy. And well, just like how Chucky in Child's Play 2 beats up and destroys Tommy in Child's Play 2, Lexi does the same thing with Lexi's sister's Tommy, just to make sure that it's not actual Chucky. So that was kind of cool reference of Easter egg. And then they're still um, forming up, and then when the next day they go to school, they're still forming up a plan to take care of Chucky, the one that's existing out there after the hospital, which he's still around. And then Junior wants to be joining into the little gang about taking down Chucky, and he's like goes up there and say, you know what? While they're talking about Chucky and all stuff, like, you know, have you guys seen the new episode of Westworld? You know, Westworld's kind of cool. They have these robot girls and, you know, cool things going on and stuff like that. And nobody, and Lexi and Jake and Devin weren't even hearing that, bruh. They weren't hearing that. They don't care. They were talking about Chucky. They weren't talking about no Westworld. Nobody wants to talk about Westworld, Junior. We're taking down a kill it all. We ain't talking about a fake world where you can go to different worlds and then also be a cowboy and be a robot at the same time. No one cares. So we get another flashback scene, and that flashback scene is with Charles Ray and Tiffany, and he finds Tiffany with red hair, which is kind of weird because Tiffany, her character, even the doll version has blonde hair, but they reference that as well. So that Charles Ray with that one girl he's with, that he picks up from the bar, they pick up Tiffany. They have a wild night, and then they end up killing that one girl because he feels that Tiffany has more of a wild side to kill, and that's exactly what they did. They killed the other girl. They had a fun time. She says, "Oh, my name is Charles. Well, you should go by Chucky." And he's like, "Tiff, you should go Tiff, you should have blonde hair." So that was a good reference to the Bride of Chucky and the rest of the other ones like Seed and all that stuff. And then they go to this hotel. In that scene, they go to that hotel. They're in a hotel, which in modern day, they go flashback to modern day, and it's Chucky and Tiffany, but in Nika's body, of course, and then the same hotel having fun and all stuff. And Tiffany also, once they're done having fun, having some guy watch them do their thing. Well, they do a reference of like how Tiffany was always eating. So in I think Bride of Chucky, she was a struggling actress, and they're always talking about how she was always eating. Well, she says, "Yeah, my mom tells me not. My mom always told me not to have a guy block me, I'm gonna keep this PG, but cock block me or, block me from the things I want that makes me happy." Reference to Bride of Chucky and the Seed of Chucky, and basically saying, "I'm hungry. I want to get food." So she went to go get food, and Charles Ray is like, and Nika's body said, "Just go get fat then." So that's kind of how their chemistry are, and chemistry is in the rest of the movies, which was funny. But then Nika wakes up after doing like a little. So Nika's body is controlled by Charles Ray, and Charles Ray like hits the guy in the head, and blood comes out, and he gets on the blade, and then Nika wakes up, and Nika explains to this one victim that they have that I'm not a killer, I'm Nika, and I've been taken away from this mental hospital. You gotta believe me that this is not me, blah blah blah. And then she literally snaps back into Charles Ray after Tiffany comes in, and then they went to go get something to eat, and then Nika's body / Charles Ray told the victim, "Hey, this Nika thing is between me and you," and he slits his she slits his throat. So, or he slits his throat, and then we get the exact same thing in modern day where everyone in the town, even including Devin and Lexi and Jake and all this stuff, are just like sitting together at this oratorium, and where her mom's like talking about how she's still gonna make the town great, and helping, Devin's mom with everything, and also making the town the greatest town in the world. Hacky Sack is gonna be the greatest town in the world, but as that's happening, we do see the principal telling people to go to their seats and all stuff, gives everyone a thumbs up. So, as they're sitting down, Junior is like, you don't have to sit down, you just move over. You don't have to sit down with my cousin Jake or Devin and all that stuff. And then basically, like she said, look, Chucky's alive, bruh. Chucky's alive. He killed Jake's dad. He killed your nanny. He killed other people in the hospital. He almost killed me. Chucky's alive, and Junior's like, bruh, grow up, Lexi. No one cares. Grow up, Lexi. That's not real. So, that all happened before they see the principal, before Devin's mom talked to him about, I'm still investigating these murders, all that stuff. And the principal wants to say something, and the principal's head rolls out of the auditorium, and they play the music from the trailer. If you've ever seen the trailer of the show, Dance to Your Dead song, and then the principal has her head cut off, and the head rolls out, and then the head's cut off, and she puts her two thumbs up. Chucky puts her fingers with two thumbs up like this, and that was kind of iconic and funny. But they realized, then Lexi and Jake and Devin realized that he's still alive. Just because they destroyed that one Chucky doll that got introduced in the very first episode, doesn't mean that Chucky's not inhabiting another body. Which we already know that he does do that, because it's already established in cut of Chucky that he can go into different Chucky and go into different Chucky dolls, or different people's bodies. So they don't know that. They're thinking that he's still dead. Don't know they still think he's around somewhere, but they don't know how. So that's the fun part of that, though. Jake and all of them don't know that. So we get a flashback scene how he went inside Tommy and said the Tommy doll, and then that's how it ends, where he's like, "Hi, my name is Tommy. Do you want to play?" So it's kind of full back to Child's Play 2 and some other things with Nika and all that stuff, and also Nika when she's explaining to the victim how Chucky killed her whole family and all that stuff. It went to a flashback scene of that from the actual movie in the episode, which was kind of cool, but like, again, that movie wasn't that great. So, but I do like Nika's storyline, so it's all good, all that stuff. But the next episode, we are going to see Andy Barclay and trying to get his revenge off of Chucky and all this other stuff. So, hopefully, next episode 6 with Andy Barclay, is going to be a bomb episode. This episode, to me, felt like a filler, but it had some good Easter eggs and all that stuff. I wasn't feeling it, because it was like, I was feeling it, but it wasn't like too exciting episode. But I understand what he did, and I understand what's leading up to and all that stuff. But yeah, the shock on those kids' faces, like, oh, where is Chucky? I thought he was dead. And they were all excited that they stomped on that one doll after he transferred his soul into Tommy. Never believed that. So, if you want to see Chucky go into other dolls, put a like by this video. Hit the notification bell to see what he's going to do next and what else I'm going to do next. And subscribe. Seriously, if you want to see this doll do more damage, put a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.